Hi runners, no equipment, no worries. As much as I promote heavy strength training and it is crucial for improvements in performance and injury prevention, sometimes you just don't have access to gym equipment. So I'm now going to give you 3 exercises that you can do at home that's still going to help you improve your run performance and become a more resilient runner without needing a single bit of equipment. Here we go. Okay, exercise number 1 actually isn't a heavy strength training substitute. It's going to create a new stimulus for you to improve your stability and your foot intrinsic muscle strength. And these are hip airplanes. I personally find these really tough. Even though I like to think that I'm a strong athlete, that stability component is really challenging. But research does show that improving your hip strength and especially your foot intrinsic strength can help improve running economy. So that's the point of this exercise. You're going to do this single leg, which again makes it really nice and running specific. So coming into that single leg position, a nice little forward lean at your hips coming down and making sure that your knee also has a slight bend in it too. From this position, you're going to rotate through your hips and making sure that you're moving your hips as well as your upper body with your arms out nice and wide, and that's why it's called a hip aeroplane. Each rep should be slow and controlled. So each repetition is going to take you anywhere between 3 to 6 seconds to go open and back down and closed again. And that's where the foot intrinsic muscle strengthening component comes in. And ideally, if you can, do these with your shoes off. So you're really going to work on those. So we are going to aim for 4 sets of 5 repetitions on each side. Make sure you keep those reps nice and slow and controlled, and give yourself that nice 60 seconds of rest in between each of those sets. Exercise number 2 is more of a heavy strength training substitute. So you will find this one, I would say a little bit harder, but it's just harder in a different way. And this is a reverse Nordic. I do these exercises a lot, but I must say, I don't like them and I do find them really tough. But this is perfect if you want to strengthen up through your quadriceps and your hip flexors. So this is really good for if you're in particular doing any hill training or especially downhill work, or if you have a race that has up or down hills. With these ones, it's an eccentric strengthening exercise, which means that your muscles are working whilst they're lengthening. So do keep in mind that they can make you a little bit sore the next day. So you'll notice in the parameters, I'm going to bring them down to counteract this. So with these, you're just going to come into a kneeling position and then coming nice and upright so your body is in a straight line. Pop your hands across your chest and slowly lowering back. Now this is the key, you have to keep the control back nice and slow. So aim to take anywhere between 3 to 5 seconds to control back until you can't anymore. Come back up to the midline and repeat that process. You will really feel this through your quadriceps and through your hips. So for these ones, like I said, we're going to bring them down. So we're going to aim for 4 sets of 4 repetitions. And because they have a lot of load through your hips and through your quads, you're going to increase your rest to 90 seconds or even 2 minutes if you feel like you need it. If you do need to modify these, I know I said it's no equipment, but if you do have a band, you can tie it around something to help pull yourself up to start with. Then you can let go of that band as you progress. Okay, final exercise number 3. I call this the reverse Nordics that worked on those quadriceps. I call this its posterior cousin. So it means that we're going to work on the muscles on the back of us. So we're really going to work particularly through our glutes and our hamstrings and a lot through our back and core with this one. And this is what we call a long lever reverse march. So you're going to lay on the ground. Now the further out your feet are away from you, the harder this is through your hamstrings. And you'll see that mine are slightly further away. That's why it's called long lever. If that's too hard, you can of course bring your heels in. You're going to dig your heels into the ground and you are doing a hip march alternating on each side, but you're taking 3 seconds. So you're going to lift one foot up, hold it for 3 seconds, pop it down, swap feet, hold for 3 seconds, pop it down and swap. And each time you're making sure it's only your heel that is digging into the ground. This is what's really going to target your hamstrings. You're aiming to keep your hips up nice and high and level. So what I mean by that is when you're lifting one foot up into the march, your hips aren't drooping in between those reps, because that's going to then work on that nice glute stabilizing strength, making it a beautiful all-round exercise. With these ones, we're going to aim for 3 sets of 10 repetitions on each side. So you're doing one on one side, one on the other side, times 10. And these are tough, so give yourself 90 seconds of rest to make sure you have really good technique in each of those sets. So they are your 3 bodyweight only exercises that you can do at home. I recommend that you do these 3 times a week. If you're starting out and you want to see really meaningful differences, you can of course dial them back to twice a week or once a week as you get closer to race day. I really hope that you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, please give me a subscribe or a like, or if you have any questions, feel free to comment. I'll see you in the next video.